It has been 7 weeks of logging in every single day, 1 p.m., 1 a.m., 1 p.m., when it resets to go to the Altar of Souls. And of course, if you know me by now, there is a specific church that we all worship in, we all spend our time praying and observing, that has required something that just was not possible. And we have finally got the Whisper 6-star soul. It has been a long time coming. I'm so excited. I literally jumped out of my seat. We were playing Dragonair, just come off a stream. It's like 2 in the morning. I got really excited and I was like, I got to record the intro for this while it's still hype, while it's still in the market, and I got to buy it now before it resets. But not only did we get a Whisper 6-star soul here, we've got the Godseeker 5-star soul, which means that now we can actually look at a really, really fast Sand Devil team. Sand Devil 25 team. There's a specific way you can do it with a fully booked 5-star Godseeker and Eerie, which means that it could be really, really interesting. So we're going to buy both of these right now. And not only that, there's also a Wukong soul for 40, which is probably really worth it because I use him a lot in Arena. So the first thing we got to do, Whisper. Everyone, worship at the altar. We're in the Church of Whisper. Whisper's about to be enshrined, the ultimate power that is a 6-star Whisper soul. It's bought. 100 essence of spending. It's well worth it. Now we need to actually go and get this 35 essence, which is a little bit risky. This is where spending that essence on the Eternal Soul Stones probably wasn't a good idea, because I don't have an awful lot here. In order for me to get enough of this essence, I'm going to need probably another 25, which is 50 of this coin. So 25 times 50, we're looking at 1,250 coins. So we're going to have to burn some souls here. But this is why we have a collection. Let's do it safely first. Let's make sure we don't miss out on that. 6-star. We're going to cover exactly why that's such a big deal in a moment. But the first thing we've got to do is we need to sell some souls here. So we've got some options for 6 stars. We can sell anything we want to make this work to get to that one. I think we need 1,250. So obviously we can do some 5 stars here and we can see what we don't need. I probably am never going to need some of these champions. So let's pick on champions that we know we're definitely not going to use. We're not going to use a Hope. That's 100. We're probably not going to use a Rhine Beast. Let's get rid of that. If we're being honest, we probably don't need a whatever this is. I don't know what that does and what that does. So we're already at 226. Let's sell this straight away. That's some. We still need more. We're probably going to need to get rid of the Blood Mask. If I'm being honest, I might have to get rid of the Tarshan. The Tarshan is a great champion. It pains me to get rid of it, but you know, unless we're willing to get rid of the Tyrant, we need the soul for this essence, right? We're going to have to convert it up somehow. If for us to get this, we're going to need a lot more of this soul. Right now, we can only get 7. We're going to need another loads. This is where spending those for, this is where I should have saved them. This is a mistake. I shouldn't have done it. I'm going to have to now burn some souls. Obviously, we can sell some other stuff here. Like if we wanted to, we could get rid of some of these, but they're not really going to trade as much as these. So let's just get rid of these, to be honest. We'll keep the Valerie because that might be useful. Just get rid of those. That gets us a bit closer. What else are we going to get rid of? Let's get rid of some 5 stars that we know we 100% are not going to use. We're not going to use these rares. It's kind of cool to have them, but we're just not going to use them. So that gets us to 23. We need another 12. We need another 12, which is another... How much is that? 12 times 50. 600. It's a big ask. I think we're going to have to get rid of the Tarshan. I think the Tarshan's going to have to go, or we're going to have to get rid of the Tyrant. And it's just really not a good idea to get rid of legendary souls. I mean, we can probably get rid of some of these 5 stars potentially. What do we got here? Rockbreaker. Probably never going to use him again. But it is a 5-star epic soul. Oh, it's difficult. I mean, we could absolutely burn some of these rares as well. Like, how much? The thing is, it gives us so little. We could sell, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 12, 18 times 6 is not going to get us to the 600 we need. So the best bet is to probably trade in one of these 6 stars. Or trade in the 5-star legendaries. Let's do it. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of Prundar. That's 200. That gets us to 27. We need 6, what is it? 8 more. It's a struggle bus, this. I think the Tarshan's going to have to go. We're going to do it. We're going to get rid of the Tarshan. It pains me to get rid of a 6-star soul, but needs must. In this scenario, we absolutely need to do it. And we're probably going to get rid of the Thoresk because we're never going to use that as well. That should give me enough to get what I need, which is 8. And then we can buy the Godseeker Aneri soul, which we so desperately want. That gets us to 5-star on the Godseeker Aneri on the fully booked version. So we'll be doing a team on this as well. And also I think we want to get that Wukong soul as well. So maybe we just trade in a little bit here. We've got loads of this. We don't need to sell any more souls for this to buy the Wukong soul. What a market. Now, I'll probably record the rest of this video in the morning when I wake up. I just want to record my instant reaction to this right now. But yeah, we finally got it. 7 weeks in the making. That's how long I've had that 100 essence ready to go. 7 weeks. And the fact we got the 5-star Godseeker Aneri at the same time. Crazy. Let's continue this in the morning. So it's the morning after. I've had a bit of a rest now after the stream and after the excitement from last night. And we're now going to just have a quick summary of what these 2 souls actually mean for the 2 champions. Obviously, the Whisper soul and the Godseeker Aneri soul. So the Whisper being at 6-star unlocks the opportunities for us to run a couple of different things. The main principal thing I will be doing in the video is doing a math analysis and trying to determine, should we be using Phantom Touch or should we be now using Crushing Rend? Because Crushing Rend really only gets value when you hit level 6, unless it's a one-hit wonder skill like Seer will work every level because most of the time you one-shot the wave. It's only for the first attack until you hit level 6. Once you hit level 6, it's a massive, massive power spike. I mean, even the levels alone, you're going from 1 every 25 to 1 every 10. It is near enough over double the amount of ignore defense bonus you get, especially at higher levels when you're fighting enemies that are like level 300, 350. It's a massive difference. She also gets a bonus of 10 speed, 100 attack, and 5% crit damage now that she's 6-star. So we get a good stat boost. We get a good options. So I'm really interested to see what is better. We're going to do a math analysis in its own video because that could be quite a lengthy process where we need to look at different places in terms of the defense numbers. Some places have about 6,000 defense. A lot of the newer hard end game content of the bosses tend to have much higher defenses. But you can see right now, I'll run a quick Shogun team. I was testing it last night. It is unparalleled what this champion can do now. She is a monster. We've got Gnut, Riho. This is my Shogun team. So Gnut is basically a max HP nuker. He is the strongest single target max HP nuke in the game for 1 hit. Obviously, Acrizia can do it over 3 skills, but in 1 individual skill, nobody can compete with him. And she kind of eats him for breakfast. She really does. We'll run this through here now. You'll see he'll do a good amount of damage. We basically put the debuffs up here, and he'll do around about 409,000 each time. So he's doing a 1.2 million. Whisper's just going to come in and absolutely annihilate this boss. 600,000 damage. And she's not even getting the full damage potential because she is disabling her passive at the moment. This should be the full damage potential. 575,000. The big thing also at being at 6-star is we get another 10% damage bonus from the Awakening passive. She's out-damaging a Gnut. She's outperforming a Gnut. Now, obviously, a Gnut at a higher Soul Awakening would get some bonus stats as well. But he's hard capped at 409,000. More stats are not really going to help anything with Gnut. The only thing that Gnut will benefit from is a higher threshold for the Soul Reap. More stats on Whisper will always get her more damage. So the sky is the limit with Whisper because she's not based on enemy max HP. It's based purely on how much damage you can build on her. So you can see like she just rips the boss into pieces. We can repeat this again. We didn't quite see the 600,000 because the text was blurred amongst all the other things. With Phantom Touch, she's getting 2 procs potentially every single time she does an ability. So we get this guaranteed there. We see a couple of damage procs come through. Another chunk there. There's another. We got 2 Phantom Touch procs there and a War Master proc. It's all kind of scaling together. She is just an absolute monster with 6-star. I've been so waiting for this soul. It's one of the most valuable souls after Seer for me. But you can see she's just killing the boss on her own. Gnut doesn't stand a chance. I do wonder what 2 Whispers at 6-star Awakened could really do here, but you can see she out-damages the Gnut every single time. So we're going to be doing an experiment with her in terms of the math analysis. Now, when it comes to Godseeker Aneri, the big thing about 5-star Awakened is you can finally run at 5-star a miracle heal because it converts it from a 75% chance to 100% chance that every time she heals, she'll restore a portion of the destroyed HP, which means you can run her significantly slower. I'm talking 50 plus speeds slower. I'll be doing a dedicated video on this as well, revamping my farm team with food, because it makes a big difference to how you can build her. It makes it much more accessible. I mean, the soul itself is not very accessible, but if you can get the soul, it makes the build more accessible. And I've got her currently in quite a chunky build. We'll go through that in the same one. But essentially, my old team, you can check the video, I'll put it in the top left-hand card here. The old team was doing about 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes, depending on Ninja's affinity issues. This new team can do it in about 1 minute 30. We can save ourselves about an entire minute. We don't save ourselves necessarily that many turns, but we save ourselves like tremendous amounts of time. So those are the kind of the two things I was really looking forward to with getting those. It has been a long time waiting. I'm so pleased that we finally have got it. We can get some of that content done, and it really just brings more teams into play. The next big thing that we're going to need to get is probably a 5-star ninja soul, because really we want to kind of make this brimstone protected again for the Sand Devil, because if it's protected, then we will obviously make sure that it doesn't get cleaned off by the Sand Devil. We can keep the smite, and that will speed up significantly Sand Devil even further. I'm pretty certain I might be able to get to a close 1 minute run with Ninja and Sand Devil in Sand Devil 25, hopefully. But, you know, we need to get the 5-star here. That is going to be expensive. We're talking 300 of the tier 1 essence, and I think it's about 100 of the tier 2 for legendary. You know, it's 100 for a 6-star epic. I think it's 100 for a 5-star legendary. It might even be 120. So I don't have the coins for that. I have enough essence here to get me half of the way to the amount of essence. So I'm basically hoping that we get it from a soul rather than the soul merchant. Legendary souls are very expensive in this market. Probably too expensive, I would argue. They're just way too high. It takes just too long to farm it. So there you go, guys. The craziest market that I've ever seen. I'm really, really excited. Let me know if you want me to do anything specifically with Whisper or with the Godseeker Ranieri. Keep an eye out for those videos. I will be jumping in to record them after I finish recording this video, and it'll come out over the next week or two. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We got there. We persevered. If you're in the same boat as me, persevere with your market. Don't burn that essence and stones. You'll get what you need eventually. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.